those cameras and you're pointing them outside of our circle, just remember other tours will come through here. We'll split the seas. You will lower your cameras so we're not filming the people walking by, and that does include regular tourists or any other people coming by. We're all going to stay in that area. So, welcome to. It's actually a little warmer down here. We don't have a great time over here. So, by the way, millimeters. So that would be Kiara and Patrick. So we're looking for an 8 or above at this location because the lamppost will go up to a 7. So again, we're going to debunk things ahead of time. So straight to an 8 from the baseline. This is Philadelphia Alley now, but this used to be called Jewelers Alley. This is where some of the jewels used to occur for the city of Charleston. So I say some of the jewels because jewelry was illegal back in the 1700s. They had to find hiding spots. This just happened to be one of the hiding spots. So every ghost tour comes down here. I give you the same story, just a few extra details because you're ghost hunting. You're not on a campfire marshmallow kind of ghost tour. So let's get into it. Doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. I said his name slowly because if the song Brown Eyed Girl shows up while we're here, even from the recording, it's part of his name. You get it here all the time. It's not coincidence. It's just him saying hello. So with Dr. Ladd, he moves here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a lot of money from her parents. And she has an attorney helping her out with all of the paperwork. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. So he tells Amanda to get rid of that doctor's money. So he comes here to Charleston to prove that he's not. On his way into town, he got a coachman. The coachman set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a very good start to his stay here. Somebody was walking by. Oh, by the way, having a coachman that's ready to kill you is like having a really bad Uber driver in today's world. Sorry for those of you that are Ubering back to your hotels. You're welcome. But anyway, somebody's walking by and sees that the newcomer's about to be killed by this coachman because he knows him, and the somebody walking by is named Ralph Isaac. Do those initials sound familiar to anything else I've said since we've been here? Rhode Island. Good job. Sorry, sometimes you gotta look at me like a blank face. Like, we're supposed to be paying attention? Yes. So, Ralph Isaacs is a local attorney. He goes up to the newcomer, Dr. Ladd, and he says, dude, I know this guy, the coachman. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me. I got friends at 59 Church Street. You can rent a room from them, and you'll be safe and good to go. Well, Doc took him up on that offer, and the two gentlemen became friends. So the phrase, my friend, actually makes sense while we're here, because we're discussing two friends. So, the longer the doctor stays here in Charleston, the more money he's making. He's proving his point. It's not after Amanda's cash, he's making his own. Well, Amanda got wind of this up in Rhode Island, and she's moving down so they can be married. Dr. Ladd then became known as the Whistling Doctor. This is why I hate the story. And I was going to take it out. First off, every ghost story comes down here, so if you've taken a ghost story in Charleston, you've heard this story before. But every haunted city you will ever visit is going to have a cliche whistling ghost. We all have one. She's picking up on the leaves of the wall. I said it so quickly because I've seen it there before. So, and everybody, I'm looking really for somebody walking down the alleyway on the brick. Is really what we're after. So very cool. I mean, at least you caught it. So, I mean, we're recording, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. So I'll be able to analyze it later just to verify that it was released on the wall. So moving on. So you guys are all going to hear about it. Cliche whistling ghost from the haunted city. Ours just happens to be a doctor. So why are we in Jewelers Alley talking about a very happy doctor? We're not. Dr. Ladd and Ralph used to play together, but they can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. He gets better seats. That's how things went. So on the way home, they're discussing the new actress that they just saw on stage, and Dr. Ladd thought she was great. Well, Ralph didn't. They started arguing over the actress, and then Ralph was now insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. It got really ugly between the two gentlemen, and they go their separate ways. The next day, Ralph goes to his friends at the newspaper and places an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a you're a disgrace to society kind of shit. Well, the doctor saw this ad and rebutted with, let's go to the tower. We're going to settle this because somebody's going to die. So they came down here, back to back, by the way. This whole argument started over an actress. I'm going to point that out of how dumb shit was back in the 1700s. They come down here back to back. They took their 10 cases. They turned. The doctor pointed his gun in the air and shot. His one shot. He did not want to kill his friend. He just needed the courage to show up to the fight. But Ralph has one bullet still, and he puts it in the kneecap on the doctor, proving his point. He's so pissed and not willing to forget. Doc fell to the ground. His friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he died 10 days later on November 2nd of 1786. So, ironically enough, that is Thomas Princeton's birthday that we just had the happy anniversary from. He also refused medical treatment. I'm going to just point out a few things about the last statement of the whole story. First off, in 1786. Gunshot wounds back then are a lot different than what we know of them now. Secondly, he is a doctor. He probably just thought he had lead poisoning and tried to bleed it out himself, but he failed because he died. So every ghost that comes down here and stays here and tells us a story tells them to listen for the whistles. We have 3 cameras running plus my voice recorder. If we're going to capture a disembodied whistle, it will show up on one of those 4 devices more than likely. However, I can't tell you how many times in the past 5 years I've been coming here that I'm spot checking Kiara's recording, and when I'm spot checking all of your media, by the way, it's minute 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm not looking and spot checking it. And, there's a method to my madness. I get the whistling part of a song, and then the word doctor immediately after from a commercial. It happens all the time. I don't look for it. It just shows up. It's just them saying hello. So, if you're going to try this on your own, because I can't take you all the way through here, remember I've been booted out. We're going to talk about that in just a minute because it is the fun part of the story. If you're going to try it on your own with the voice recorders from your phones, just remember every local knows the damn story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland Street or Queen Street, we all throw whistles down the alley. It's just something we do. Even if I drive past this alley, I still whistle in the car. Just something we all do here. So let's talk about how I got kicked out of here. Because Sarah's looks really, really interesting. As soon as I get kicked out and she's in trouble, I hear about it. Now, the alley didn't always go all the way through the way you came in. There used to be a wall up there. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because this was called Cow Alley before it was Jeweler's Alley. So we're going further back in time. It's called Cow Alley because they kept all the livestock here. Cows, goats, and chickens. So they started down there and worked their way this way as they built it over the years to what you guys see now. We're talking hundreds of years. So those bricks down there are older than the ones we're standing on. Those are sun-dried bricks from slave children. There's a full hand print from a slave child down at the end that I used to tell my folks about as a history lesson. There's nothing paranormal about that brick. I used to tell my groups because the kid's not there. You guys already know how I feel about cemeteries. One night, November 26, 2020, I'll remember this for the rest of my life. Kira's looking at me like, oh shit. Yeah, it's serious. So I told my group about the brick, and I'm about to go show it off to them, and we get down there, and they all stop and huddle around the brick, waiting for something to happen the way we're standing right now. I'm trying to shoot them along. Guys, you gotta get going. You can't stay here. I'm just trying to be respectful to the house at the end of the house. Beautiful man. So we're standing right outside the gentleman's dining room window, and he gets pissed and comes out. He's screaming his head off at me. My daughter was on the tour that night, by the way. She was about 14 years old, and she thought it was hysterical that Jack was getting yelled at. She was all about it. We moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on holidays because I used to work in upper management for Walmart. And you guys fight over towels on Thanksgiving and scarred me for life. I don't do holidays anymore. Now, the next day was the 28th. I called my partner that brought me into tourism, and I told him what happened, and he's laughing already because he already received a complaint from the tourism office here in Charleston. And he basically said, you're only allowed to go down halfway. Figure it out, and he hung up. I'm like, oh, shit. So, here's what happened. I was sold out again because it's Black Friday. Tickets were much cheaper than Black Friday. I could just kind of willy-nilly things at times. But anyway, I told my group that night, I can't take you that way. And where we're going, I've never had anything happen over there. And I'm into vampires, not pirates. I would normally tell you a pirate story next, but I've been booted out of there too. But before we left the space, by the way, let me stop there for a second. If I tell you we're about to go investigate a pirate, what do you think we're going to investigate? It's usually the first name. Somebody heard the name Anne coming out of a spirit box. I didn't tell them it was going to be Anne Bonny, the female pirate. So, take that for what it's worth. I took them around the corner, told them what I did know about piracy in Charleston, and remember, it's not my thing. I had about 3 hours to do some quick reading. Didn't have much. Just let them kind of explore the space to see what happened. Somebody else heard the number 300. I didn't know what it meant. I wrote it down. Go back to the office. I'm researching. Turns out we were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720. We were there on the exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial. So, yeah, I usually get the wows and a couple of head nods, like, okay, I can see that. I was actually kind of pissed off. Let me explain. I have a master's degree in creative writing, and all of my bachelor's degrees are in other forms of writing. I need facts and data when I'm researching, because that's what I'm trained to do. Pirate stories come from pirate lore. Pirate lore was written 100 years after the days of Blackbeard and Anne Bonny. That's a problem for me. Whenever you guys found something that could be relevant, I had to read like 5 textbooks just to try to verify. I've done more reading on pirates than I've ever wanted to. That's why I was joking around about that pirate story that just walked by, and I said I could probably like outdo their knowledge any day of the week because I played every video game, watched every documentary, and read every damn book on pirates that I possibly could find, just trying to verify things. And that does include captain logs that I did get a hold of overseas. So pretty cool. Did you get that? Oh. I'm only telling you all this pirate stuff because the bleed over still occurs because we're going to be next door to the place of where I can pick that up, but I can't tell you the story. So things can occur. I'm going to take that 16. That's actually very exciting down here. This is me excited, everybody, in case anybody wanted to take a picture. Again, I'm not a TV show host. I am very excited because that is a rarity. So, Patrick, you got nothing out of yours? Dag nabbit, you're fired, man.
It's been at 0 the whole time, and then when you started talking about pirates, it started going up.
Weird. Dan, what do we got going on with the word list?
Inspiration elsewhere. Chase writer.
Writer?
I did writer.
Writer.
Like with a W?
Not spelling down.
Okay. Not surprised. Oh, you know what? The writer actually might be relevant to who we're talking about. Like back to Dr. Ladd. Dr. Ladd actually wrote poetry while he was here in Charleston. I normally don't bring this up until something pops up around it. But after he died, because he was only 22 when he died, by the way, his sister Elizabeth actually published his work after he died. You can buy it on Amazon. I have a copy at home. It's very interesting work actually. He wasn't a great writer, but he also wrote speeches for politicians. So take that for what it is. So again, if we get something else relevant to that writer, it's going to be relevant to Dr. Ladd, not me.
Is he in faculty?
Faculty.
That just happened while you're talking about it.
No. Let's see. So what's gonna? How's your battery look on your camera, Angelina?
Good.
Really? Still good? You shouldn't have a loose one. You're done. We'll get you a new one when we get up there. So I carry several with me because that's the only camera I got to swap batteries out with, except for when we don't get one blinking light on. So cameras, go ahead and hit your stop button. When we get up around the corner. So what do you think? It's a lot different than the ones you guys did before?
Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm doing much on with. Oh, it's still recording.
By using at the end of the flashlight, if you watch your screen, you can turn it so you can see it. You can actually make it like more focused. See where see where I'm going?
That's
that
cool.
way you can go further into the cemetery because it's gonna be pretty dark. If anybody like goes past the marker of where I'm at, try not to go past the next tree. Just because it does get residential over there and things get a little funky with the border lines. The cameras, yeah, let's get you guys like right up to the gate. So Chuck, let's get you right up to the wrought iron up here. Perfect. Yep, let's get your spirit boxes running. Kiki, you two, where you at? I don't hear you. There you go. Perfect. Okay. All right. As we get moving over here, I'm excited as far as the millimeters.
This one, after we done it, like we're walking up the street. We're in the parking lot too. The number 30 thing.
Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's scary. It's like little eyes, but it's like the lights.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking of the lights from over there. That scared me. I was like, is someone there? Okay, yeah, no, I don't know.
I just like I gave it out. Here is so chill.
You're so chill.
I know.
All those stuff.
What you got going on? You got something weird? Okay. That's actually a good spot. That's a good shot. Like they've actually been really dark. I haven't used both lights over here in a while.
said she heard something.
I was just coming to talk to her. What do you got? You guys are the locals, right? Yeah. But what happened with that fire? Somebody just trying to say no? It was up by where the first two before. Yeah. Out of control and came down and destroyed the mansion, and then went across to the other side of the peninsula.
That's
That was
crazy.
the top of it. Ooh. Angelina, how you doing on that thing?
Good.
All out?
Mhm.
Great footage, Chuck. Anything?
Oh. Beep, beep. Oh.
Now expect it.
9.5 again. Just went to 9.5 again.
9.5 again.
Yeah.
Same sarcophagus.
Yeah, right here.
I'm just gonna put that in as like a 9.4, so we have two different readings.
Oh yeah,
Mine's
that's going way
safe.
off too. That's like max.
All right, Patrick, come down here. Let's test yours over here. Maybe your shit's broken.
Maybe mine's broken.
Everybody's getting readings over here, so let's see if you get anything.
Yeah.
The like starts going up slowly and it jumps.
Let me know if you guys get a spike at the same time or with those two.
Yep. I think my spirit is just so chill that it just like cancels out. Well, let me see what you.
0.3. 0.4. This better pickups. 0.75. 7 minutes?
Okay, let's give it another minute. And the EMF meters are in there.
There you go. It's slowly going up.
Everybody's
Oh,
so
I'm
I
sorry.
was like, what can you tell me about the sarcophagus? And then I got to a part, and then I said, like, who's in there? And then 0, 0. And then I said, the name associated with that sarcophagus, and I got with you right now.
Oh.
So one of these sarcophaguses, I want to say it's this one. Is that
Hosting?
Henry, I got 3 folks sitting on this bench, 3 young ladies. You're hearing sounds from the church. We'll certify your hearing.
Is it for real?
Tell us what sounds you're hearing from the church. Henry, what sounds
Talk.
are you getting from the church? Using the blue box as well.
Yeah.
So you can give us images to relay your answers to continue.
Welcome.
Thank you. Henry,
Fourth now.
let's talk about your work. You're not going to tell us what we're hearing right now. What did you do for a living? I know these are the same questions I always ask, but that's how we get started.
Turn.
What did you do for a living?
Good morning.
Print?
We are
Print. I like it. We have the word print that showed up. Henry, try to use...
speaking to a crowd.
Yes. We're going to try to channel for the young
It's
ladies on the
especially
bench.
cryptic.
Especially. Henry, talk to us about your last page that you wrote.
Right beside you.
What's so special about the last page
Valid.
that you wrote?
Time.
Henry, if you want me to change the subject, you have to let me know what topic to change it to. Dr. Ladd, if you're here, you need to
47.
use your
Labor.
code word. Right? Dr. Ladd's code word for everybody that can hear me is the word
Green.
purple. That's not a common word you would normally hear, and the only reason he would interrupt this
Tell
session
me.
is because his house is right around the corner. Henry, back to you. We're going to get back to your work.
On the shoulder.
What's the, yeah, they get a tap on the shoulder if it's too loud. What's those?
Comical, sir.
I'm getting
That meter is so sensitive. It's very sensitive.
Trigger sometimes.
Trigger and sometimes. Henry, use the blue box. I'm sure Kiki doesn't want to fall asleep in there by floating over the earth.
Stairs only one. Totally.
Henry,
No evidence with this.
Henry, what's so special about the last page you wrote?
Oh my.
Stay on topic, Henry.
Dumb.
Henry,
TV.
you know we don't
Meaning?
do this for long. We've already been here at 3, going on 4 minutes. Tell us about your last page that you wrote. You want to change that?
Beautiful.
Change the topic. You need to tell us the topic to change it to. Talk about your wife. Talk about your son.
Description.
Talk about your best friend that went to his cottage.
Person.
Which part?
Being put on trial.
Henry. Did anybody come here with you?
Ash.
That's a yes/no question. I heard you.
Situation.
Henry, it's very noisy here tonight, isn't it? You got all these machines here.
Years.
Yep.
22. Northern Kansas.
You getting any readings over there? Karen? Henry, let's talk about what's going on here in real time. We got a lot of machines. You said the word ears. Was that what the word was? Ears?
Yeah.
Is it too loud? Are you too loud? Is it too loud for you here? Because it's a little even distracting for me.
Guilt.
Can you give us another image? Wow.
First response.
She's too loud.
What's that?
She was louder than her.
About one thing. Legal representation. Judge.
Henry, let's get an image.
Don't have to worry.
Loose.
Henry, seems like things are slowing down in those frequencies. Try to use the words to answer our direct questions. I'll ask again. Is it too loud for you here with this
Competitors.
machinery? Versus a competitor?
Chosen.
I feel like we got Dr. Ladd here.
You can do the worst, right?
Dr. Ladd, can you use your code word for us? Let us know you're here. Why don't you just give us an image with that particular code word in it? Just show us something purple.
Human. Great devotion.
Henry, did you bring Dr. Ladd here with you? She also said 22 earlier, didn't she? That's from Dr. Ladd. 22. What was it? Story. And we're not really sure what that means. Well, Sarah's like really knocking out over here. We're going to be going here.
From
Henry,
St. Bernard.
we're going on 7 minutes, Henry.
Crash.
We're running out of time. If you want us to leave, use the word home.
Stone.
try not to cry, but we do talk to you every night. I know you're not always happy about me being here. You want us to do it.
I want to stop that.
Use the word.
Poet.
Use the word. Oh, did she just say poet? Or no?
Yeah, she did.
Henry,
Model.
tell us about your last word. Change the subject. I appreciate that. Liberty.
Uplifting.
You didn't always write about the war, though, did you? Can you tell us what else you wrote about?
We follow. Fire. Tickets. You and I. Subject.
Henry, what else did you write about?
Share. Exercise. Jailer.
Henry, we're about
Master.
I'm trying to.
Everything.
Giving us much. Simple yes, no answer. Is it too loud for you here to come by and give us a quick hello, a few interviews?
My day. What?
Henry, if you throw us one more image, we'll wrap it up.
Experiment.
It is a big experiment. Come close to the blue box.
Because. Language.
Henry, last chance. You're not giving us much.
Bullet.
Henry, going once.
Compass.
Henry, going twice. Last chance, Henry.
Road.
Henry, I'm going to say goodnight. Can you say goodnight
They
back
were
to us?
provided for.
Going once, going twice.
All animate and inanimate.
Okay, let's get the ladies tapped out. Keep
Ceremony.
off her face.
Eat it.
Very weird subject. Very weird. Yeah, nobody moved. Kiara, as far as yours goes, you do have a button next to your volume.
Yeah.
So turn that button the opposite direction. It'll stop the recording, so we know that the last 10 minutes was from this experiment. Let's take a look at the one image that we did get. It was a queen drinking a glass of wine.
Should I stop the recording?
Yeah, video cameras hit those